Imagine losing a vote and still winning. It sounds impossible because democracy is supposed to be simple. The side with more votes should decide the outcome. But earlier this month, something unusual happened inside the European Union. A proposal involving the scanning of private online communications continued moving forward, even though more elected lawmakers voted against it than supported it. Supporters say everything happened according to the EU's legal procedures. Critics argue that the rules themselves allowed the outcome to ignore the political majority. So what actually happened? Did the European Union undermine its own democratic principles? Or is this simply a misunderstanding of how one of the world's most complex political systems works? Today's video is sponsored by MegaPro. MegaPro gives you cashback rewards from leading exchanges, exclusive promotions, powerful trading tools, and a growing crypto community, all in one place. Visit the website now to explore all the benefits and start maximizing every trade today. Before we talk about the controversy, we first need to understand what chat control actually is. Despite its name, the proposal isn't about regulating social media comments or limiting what people can say online. Instead, it focuses on one question: should online platforms be allowed, or in some cases, required, to detect illegal child sexual abuse material shared through their services? The proposal was introduced as part of the European Union's effort to combat child sexual exploitation online. Supporters argue that criminals increasingly use messaging apps, cloud storage, and email services to distribute illegal content or contact victims. From their perspective, technology companies should play a greater role in detecting and reporting these crimes. But this is where the debate begins. Privacy advocates warn that detecting illegal content inside private communications could require systems capable of scanning messages, photos, or files before or during delivery, even if the goal is fighting serious crimes. Critics worry that building this kind of infrastructure could weaken digital privacy and create tools that might be expanded for other purposes in the future. One of the biggest concerns involves end-to-end encryption. Apps like Signal or WhatsApp use encryption so that only the sender and recipient can read a message, not even the platform itself. Many cybersecurity experts argue that introducing any mechanism to scan encrypted communications could undermine the very security that encryption is designed to provide. Supporters, however, respond that protecting children online is an equally important responsibility, and that technology should be able to balance both safety and privacy. So the debate isn't simply about surveillance. It's about where society should draw the line between privacy and public safety. If the proposal itself sparked debate, the way it moved through the European Parliament created even greater controversy. At first glance, the numbers appeared straightforward. More members of the European Parliament voted against extending the proposal than in favor. For many people, that should have ended the discussion. After all, in most democratic systems, if more lawmakers vote no, the proposal fails. But the European Parliament doesn't always work that way. For certain legislative procedures, defeating a proposal requires more than just having a majority of votes cast. Instead, it requires an absolute majority of all members of Parliament, not just those who are present in the chamber. That means lawmakers who are absent don't simply disappear from the calculation. In practice, every empty seat makes reaching the required threshold more difficult. As a result, although opponents received more votes than supporters, they still failed to reach the number needed to block the proposal under the Parliament's rules. To critics, this looked like democracy being overridden by procedure. They argued that if more elected representatives oppose a proposal than support it, the political message is clear, regardless of technical voting rules. Supporters see it differently. They argue that these procedures have existed for years and were designed to ensure that major legislative decisions require broad parliamentary support, not just a simple majority on a day when attendance may be unusually low. In other words, both sides agree on the numbers. What they disagree on is what those numbers should mean. Is democracy simply counting the votes that were cast? Or should important decisions require support from the parliament as a whole? That question sits at the heart of this entire controversy. But for many Europeans, the voting procedure isn't the biggest concern. What worries them is what this could mean in the future. Critics argue that once governments create the technical ability to scan private communications, the scope of those powers could gradually expand. Today, the target may be child exploitation material. Tomorrow, some fear it could be used for terrorism, hate speech, misinformation, or other categories defined by future governments. This concern is often described as the slippery slope argument. The fear isn't necessarily about today's law. It's about who might control these powers years from now. Privacy organizations and digital rights groups have also warned that weakening encryption could create new cybersecurity risks. Encryption doesn't just protect personal conversations, it also secures online banking, business communications, medical records, and government systems. If a vulnerability is created for authorities to access communications, critics argue that malicious actors could eventually exploit similar weaknesses. Supporters strongly reject that argument. They say the proposal is narrowly focused on combating one of the world's most serious crimes and includes legal oversight, judicial review, and safeguards intended to prevent abuse. From their perspective, governments already have laws allowing searches under specific circumstances. The digital world, they argue, should not become a place where criminals can hide simply because technology has advanced. Ultimately, this debate goes far beyond one piece of legislation. It reflects a broader question facing democracies around the world. How much privacy should individuals give up in exchange for greater security? There is no simple answer, and that's exactly why this debate has become one of the most controversial technology and civil liberties discussions in Europe today. So, did the European Union abandon democracy? The answer depends on who you ask. Legally, the proposal followed the Parliament's existing procedures. Politically, however, many people believe the outcome exposed a gap between what the rules allow and what the public expects democracy to look like. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson from this story. Modern democracies are becoming increasingly complex. Many important decisions are no longer just about who gets the most votes. They're also shaped by institutional rules, legal frameworks, and constitutional safeguards that most citizens rarely think about. Whether you support or oppose chat control, one thing is difficult to deny. The debate has forced millions of Europeans to ask difficult questions about privacy, security, and government power in the digital age. Because as technology becomes more powerful, the choices governments make today could define what digital freedom looks like for decades to come. The conversation isn't over. In many ways, it's only just beginning. The debate over chat control is far from over. The proposal still faces legal, political, and technical challenges before its final implementation. Whatever happens next, it will likely influence not only Europe, but also how other democracies approach privacy, encryption, and online safety. So, what do you think? Should governments have stronger tools to fight online crime, or should protecting digital privacy remain the higher priority? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.